All right, we will continue to monitor the situation closely, but I think this data and then this graph kind of really drives home the point. Folks, the cable companies that sell wireless, it is not a joke. This is some serious business. These guys take massive share of the gross ads every single quarter. Just last quarter, so Q1 2025, big cable and small cable took 886,000 mobile lines in share. All right, that is good enough for a very large majority of the lines that were captured in the quarter. Even when you count AT&T, which had a pretty nice quarter, and T-Mobile, which also had a good quarter in terms of growth of the net ads. Charter, 514,000, right? Which is higher than it was a year ago, period. And then Comcast, they added 323,000, right? So we're going to combine those two. By the way, that's higher than they had the previous year. Even Altice added 49,000, damn it. Adding 29,000 last year this quarter. So they're all increasing their pace in the net ads. And then I want you to notice, if you look here, look at Verizon in their share of gross ads. They're flat to slightly down, right? I mean, they're flat, right? AT&T was kind of trending up. And then you're looking at them kind of flatten out a little bit, right? Look over at the right-hand side. Okay, with a little bit of growth here at the end. Okay, so who's coming on the upside here, right? Look at this. That bottom line, that gray one. That's big cable. And look at T-Mobile. They're moving the opposite. I've said this on many occasions. Cable is most disruptive to T-Mobile. That is the end of the story. It has never been a question. T-Mobile customers are the most price-sensitive customers, right? When you tell them you're giving away a free line, i.e. Spectrum's deal and stuff like that, like they're going to change. And that's what they've done, right? Verizon's flat. AT&T's been growing, but kind of sort of flat, like recently, right? You look at their share taking. Cable's way up, and then T-Mobile is down in their share of the market, right, in terms of gross ads. This is a trend that is likely going to continue because these companies can't just change their business model. Like they're all kind of doing something in a specific way, right? So that's pretty damn impressive. Cable is being disruptive in mobility, which, we can make another video about how they're doing in their actual like core business, which is not good. If I take this table and I start talking about home internet, it's the opposite. We're watching T-Mobile take share. We're watching Verizon take share, right? Even in fixed wireless access now, AT&T is getting involved, right? So that's not the story, but in the wireless core business, cable's taking share, and the way they're doing is with free lines and low-cost lines. It's not like it's huge money, huge profit, but it's keeping customers from bleeding out at their company. Like, could you imagine if cable didn't have this wireless deal, right? Where would they be right now? They'd be losing 300,000 customers a quarter, not just 100,000. You know what I mean? But this is pretty impressive, right? We got to call it like it is. That growth is very impressive. But, if you're wondering why the T-Mobile stock had sold down on the earnings, maybe the investors are looking at this and saying, T-Mobile can't do anything about this right now. Of course, unless they buy like 17 more tiny little fiber operators like Metronet and Lumos, maybe they could, which could be coming, right? That could be what, T-Mobile's looking to do. We shall see. But this is pretty impressive stuff right here. Let me know what you guys think of this data and kind of how things are laid out. And let me know if you expect this trend to continue. I do. All right, what are your thoughts and opinions? Drop us some comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.